Hi everyone, this is Love Crafty Girl. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing the calendar divider for May. Now this one is super cute. It just came out. I just printed it out and I wanted to go ahead and show you what she has for May. And it's this one right here. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's a typewriter. Now this one has also two options. You have the calendar and you have one without a calendar. So if you don't want to use it for a calendar but something else, you have that option. But I'm loving this. This is so cute. Look at that. And paper clips are cassette tapes. Oh my gosh. So continue watching and see how I put this printable into shaker cards and paper clips. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by placing the little typewriter inside a sheet protector. This is an extra piece I had from previous times. And I'm going to go ahead and seal one corner of the area first, and then from there I will measure kind of the gap where I need to hole punch, and then also seal that. And then once I feel like that's ready, by going back and forth and doing it on the front and the back of that, then I'll seal the other side of that as well. So here, as you can see, I'm checking to see if it's sealed, and as you notice, it didn't seal properly. Part of my tool went through it, so I'm just going to go back and make sure that area is sealed before I move on by doing more sealing of the area. That is why it's always good to check before you move on, because in case you do have a problem later, sometimes it is hard to go back and fix things and you have to start over. So that's why I always say, you know, do it on the front and the back and then check. And if you see that it kind of opens, it's good to give it another you know, over with the tool just to make sure that nothing opens up, and then move on knowing that you've already checked and it's sealed and you can do the next step. So here I'm checking the seal that I just did, and as you notice, I felt like a little piece of it was kind of not sealed completely, so I went back and ran over my tool and making sure that I felt like it was sealed properly before I trimmed those edges. As you can tell, I'm doing it one more time and I can tell that it's sealed well. So now I can trim it and start working on placing the washi tape on a piece of paper. Of course, you see me do this many times different ways. I'm always trying something new. I'm going to use a darker pink for this one because I felt like it was a nice little contrast to use. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this paper up, trim it on the edges where I feel like I need to, and then I'll place it into the sheet protector, and from there I will then add sequences, and then once I think it's ready, I'll seal that, trim the top, and then we will move on to the next step. So I noticed that the piece of paper I just put in is a little too long, so I'm going to push it out a little bit, trim the tip of that, and put it back in, and then it should be the same length as the typewriter. That way I don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some sequins. I'm going to add a different shade of pink of sequins. I kind of wish I did have some glitter to add that with the sequins. It would be kind of fun to have something different in there, but now I know I have to go shopping for pink because, as you noticed, my last video with March and April, pink would have been very needed in some of those things. So I'm going to go ahead, now get my tools, seal the top of this, trim off the top, and then we're going to work on the paper clip. I'm going to work with the cassette tapes, and we're going to place a little bit of glue, making sure I leave some gap in the middle so that when I put the paper clip in there, there's no problems with that. Now I'm going to place this into a piece of sheet protector, making sure that I have it in the right area. I'm going to use this oval tool because I kind of think that would be a nice shape to have for this. I'm going to tape it, and then I'm going to go ahead and slowly fuse the edges, making sure everything is nicely fused together. Of course, I'm doing this very carefully so I don't burn my fingers, because that would not be a good thing to do. Once I'm done with that, I will then pop it out of the plastic. Of course, I tend to pull it off a bit hard, just because there shouldn't be any problem doing that. Since it's sealed correctly, there shouldn't be any tearing from the plastic. So then the only thing I will use is my scissors to trim off the endings here at the bottom, just because it's not fused in that area. Then I'm going to get my paper clip, and I'm going to insert it into the opening of where the cassette tape is, just to give it an opening so that when I do put the hot glue onto my paper clip, it's an easy way for me to just insert it in and not destroy anything around it. So you'll see that me doing that right there. It's kind of open, so I just sort of put it in carefully, and then just make sure it stays in the middle. Pinch it a bit, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and seal it from the bottom. This is a great way, since I didn't put any glitter into this, again, because I just felt like I wanted just to keep it simple. I'm just gonna glue the end, like the edge of the opening of the plastic, to the paper clip. That way it stays together. From there, once it's all ready, I'm gonna get my paint, and I thought I would use yellow, just because the paper clip is yellow. I thought, why not go with a whole yellow rim for that? So I'm gonna grab my paint here, and I'm just gonna go carefully all around it. Now I do 2 coats of this, but I do it after it dries the first time, and then I'll go back and do a second coat. That way, if I miss anything, or something looks like it needs a little bit more, I can. Of course, you always want to do that when you have glitter, because you might have holes that might open up, and so this is a great way to seal it one more time. That way nothing pops out if you have glitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will be done. So now I'm going to go ahead and punch out the holes. I thought I was done. I totally forgot about this part. So I'm going to use a cover from my mini happy planner, because the actual sizes for the holes I need to punch is the same size as the happy planner. So it doesn't really matter which of the two you use. But I chose a mini because it's a lot easier just to like have over the paper and just move it around. So I'm going to get my pen, mark my dots, and then from here I'm going to get my hole puncher, punch out the holes. Then I'm going to do a little slit on each of the holes, and then I'll be done with this. So here's a final look to put together the May calendar divider with the paper clip, and I think it came out really nice. I love this. This is so cute, and I think the cassette came out really nice too with the yellow going around it. I was gonna use black, but I felt like it would just probably be too dark, but I think the yellow was a perfect touch with this yellow paper clip. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.